What's up, boys and girls? It's the Gypsy back at it again. You might be wondering what the hell is this video about, man? What am I gonna be talking about? Man, I did this video once. This is a remake again because something happened. I got interrupted, sadly. But fuck it, I'm gonna do it again. What is this video about? Of course, I mean, based on the fucking picture you're seeing, it's my boy Tyson Fury on one side, the Gypsy King, and the AJ, uh, the Jew said AJ on the right side. I'm not saying the Tyson Fury's never been caught with PEDs. Yes, but it was an experimental phase of his career. Let's say that much, which he got away with, which he doesn't repeat. Anyhow, what is this fight? Why am I making this video? The main reason why I'm making this video is because all this shit that we're hearing, we know exactly what's really going on and who's actually ducking who, you know what I mean, in this fight between AJ and Fury. Granted that, AJ's coming off of 2 losses and etc., etc. He's coming off of 2 losses. He's not going to be in his A game, The man is, he's broken inside. He needs a couple of tune-ups and all that kind of shit. This is just a smokes and screens because he is, I guarantee you, his next fight, no matter who it is, if it's not Tyson Fury, it's someone else, he's going to be even better because supposedly he's a gym rat. He's going to be even better than he was his last fight with Usyk, which obviously we saw he was. He just didn't have what it took to finish, to do the job right at the end. It's all smoke screens. But reality is, AJ fanboys really don't want to see this fight. They don't. That's one thing. But this is not what this video is about. It's not about AJ's DSO lip boys, dick sucking lip boys, you know what I mean? That would probably marry AJ in a heartbeat. But it's about even the ones that are like undercover and they say, "Oh, I don't like AJ," but they actually do like AJ. I'm talking about those fanboys as well, the YB. It's about this whole video is about who's ducking who, but we obviously know that. And this guy's Matchroom, Eddie Hearn's compulsive blindness that we apparently keep forgetting, and we start blaming Tyson Fury. Why would you blame? And then look what happened with Conor Benn and Eubanks. They knew 2 months before that this guy was popped dirty on VADA. They knew 2 months before, bro. Maybe even more than that. I'm saying 2 months. It was August, right? That's September. Yeah, 2 months. September, October. Yeah, 2 months. Maybe possibly 3 months at this point. But I'm saying 2 months. It's 2 months, not 3 months. Got to get my calendar right. Let me look at my calendar for a few seconds. Anyways, I'm being stupid. And what I was gonna say. Yeah, this guy's clearly fucking ducking. And I'm gonna tell you, and not only the ducking, I'm gonna say something. I want to say it, but I'm not gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it at the end. He's always had it bad for Tyson Fury, even when they were sitting on a round table where Lennox Lewis was there, Frank Bruno was there, Tyson Fury was there, him, AJ was there, and there was a few other cats, including the announcer from, I think he works from Sky Sports, the fucking pro boxer. I can't fucking remember, the black cruiserweight. I can't remember his name. I always see him, and I can't remember his fucking name right now. It was a white dude. I don't know. There was a white boxer over there. I don't know. From the heavyweights, they're all heavyweights except for the the host or the commentator, whose his face is always in British. I think he was for Sky Sports. I'm not too sure. He's a Sky Sports commentator. He's pro. He was a pro cruiserweight world champion who lost his career because of an injury. I think it was a knee injury. Forgot his fucking name though, man. Anyways, forget it. You can see it in his face, man. He did not like Tyson Fury from that point. He did not like Tyson Fury. That he was talking. He didn't. He thought that David Haye can. It was, and this is during the time that Tyson Fury was about to fight David Haye, and David Haye ducked him. And I mean, David Haye is just the same as this motherfucker, and he's also Dylan White, and also fucking Wilder in ways. At least Wilder fought Fury 3 times. You know what I mean? And even Dylan White fought Fury 3 times. David Haye did not even fucking fight. Neither is AJ gonna fight Fury. You know what I mean? That's where I'm trying to get at here. AJ would never, ever, even if he had no losses on his record, none, 0, he would never fight Tyson Fury. Because of the fact, maybe if he had no losses, maybe his confidence would be up if he had beaten Usyk and beaten Ruiz without any fucking, even when they had rematches afterwards, he still dominated him. There was no losses whatsoever. And maybe at that point, maybe he would feel the confidence that he is required to fucking fight Fury. Because he sure as hell didn't want to fight Wilder. If you guys haven't realized, Eddie Hearn is a fucking hell of a fucking liar, bro. Like, not a hell of a liar as in like as he can lie and he gets away with it. No, he lies a lot as in he's bad at it as well. Like, he gets caught very easily. All this shit that he was saying about he was talking to Frank Warren's son was like a complete different story from Frank Warren's son, George Warren. He's look, man. Bob Arum lies too, bro. Frank Warren possibly lies as well, but I haven't really caught his lies as much. What Frank Warren does, he's very, very smart. He doesn't like make it obvious. If he knows that if he's gonna say something that he didn't do, he's not gonna answer it like I did it. You know what I mean? But Eddie Hearn says, yeah, we never received the contract. Turns out they received the contract and all that kind of shit. It's not, it's not like that with Frank Warren. Frank Warren is honestly, like how his name says, majority of the time, frank. He's truthful. Bob Arum, yeah, fucking very, not so much different than Eddie Hearn. Not so much different from Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum. But Eddie Hearn is just really, really fucking bad, bro. Especially nowadays. You can see it. Like, they knew the fight between Eubank and Conor Benn was compromised 2 months ago. Not compromised. They staged it. It was all staged just in case Conor Benn lost confidence in his own abilities to beat Eubanks. They're going to pull out, just like Canelo did, they're going to pull off. He got something in his system. The fight can't take place. Postpone the fight. But meanwhile, Conor Benn is asking the guy to fight at 157. I mean, not fucking unbelievable, bro. He's asking for it. He has no suggestion, bro. It's because, why Eubank suggested it is because Conor Benn ain't going to go with fighting you at 160. He's going to try to fight you at, where he has some kind of advantage over you. Why ask to fight at 157 when you can make 160 yourself and fight him at 160? It's ridiculous. Because he wasn't confident in himself, bro. Conor Benn was not confident in himself to fight. Let me get the brightness down a little bit. It's fucking with my eyes. To fight Eubanks. He wasn't confident enough. He didn't have the cojones. He just pretended to get his name out there. And, there's no other fights out there. He's, and Eddie Hearn's, let's just see if we can do something with this rivalry that your fathers had back in the day, you know what I mean? But let's have a safety net and pull out the VADA shit. You think they don't know VADA, like how to fucking cheat VADA? Come on, bro. Like, what are you? Were you like raising behind the fucking, rock or something, underneath a rock or some shit like that, bro? Like, come on. It's obvious they knew, and they did this because they're trying to do the same thing Canelo did to Triple G in the second fight, where he postponed to get enough juice in his system to by popping dirty, you know what I mean, and then fighting in September, which he got suspended for 6 months, which is really not much of a suspension. That's not a suspension. This fight's in September. It was September the 15th or whatever it was. Mexican Independence Day. This is who Eddie Hearn is, bro. He did the same shit with Tyson Fury last year. Because AJ doesn't want it. He just pretends just to have safe face from the public. So he pulls off, I struggled so hard. I was about to make the fight with $150 million split or whatever it was. And, you could have made the fight super early. The biggest issues in fights like that is the split, the 50-50s and 40-60s and all that kind of stuff. But when that is done, it's sealed, the fight becomes smoother and gets done quicker. The reason why it was so much, if Eddie Hearn is right about Conor Benn's situation with Eubank, took 2 months and all that kind of stuff, the only reason why it took 2 months is because you got a 147-pounder who's trying to fight a 160-pounder, Eubank, and he's trying to say that I'm the boss and I should get 50% and all that other kind of crap, but he hasn't achieved shit as much as Eubank has, even though Eubank has not been a champion. You know what I mean? There was a dispute between them. I guarantee motherfucking to you what weight we should fight on, and Eubank, knowing there's a lot of money on the line, conceded and said, okay, I'll fight at 157 if it makes you feel better. That's why it took 2 months. But when it comes to this heavyweights, Tyson Fury and AJ, if it did take 2 months, I don't even know if it did. But let's just say it did. Because you can't believe anything that comes out of Eddie Hearn's mouth nowadays. Nowadays, not ever. Makes you believe that. I believe that Wilder actually did send the fucking contract, did send everything, is because nothing is truthful come from Eddie Hearn, bro. Except for the fact, except if the fight was already taking place, it's gonna happen. That's the only thing that's truthful about Eddie Hearn. When actually you're there in the ring and you see the guys in the ring, like you're either there in the stadium or you're watching in your home and the fight's taking place, that's when Eddie Hearn's telling the truth. If it's not like that, he can say anything. He can say that I fucked 1,000,000 chicks in one day. You know what I mean? That's who Eddie Hearn is. And he was trying, and AJ on the other hand doesn't like Tyson Fury. He's never liked Tyson Fury. As I said, in that fucking moment in time, you can see it in his face when he was sitting with Lennox Lewis and all those guys on the table. You can watch that video. I've seen it like multiple times. There's a certain despise between him and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury actually doesn't have that despise. He has that despise over Tyson Fury. Because he knows who's the better man, and he really genuinely wanted David Hayden to knock him out, the race shit, like black and white type crap. Anyways, now that Tyson Fury has come and cleaned out his dirty laundry because he never wanted to fight Wilder. Even now, he doesn't want to fight Wilder, even though Wilder has said that he didn't accept the contract because of business issues recently, like a safety net, because he was throwing a safety net just in case he gets beaten by Usyk. He can always fight Wilder and all that kind of shit. And he's not even gonna want to fight Wilder. It's just all bullshit, fucking shit, just bullshit contract. Toss it over there and see if we can make something happen. It's bullshit. He's never gonna fight someone like Wilder. He's never gonna fight, as I said again, Tyson Fury. he's never gonna fight, especially with these losses. If he had wins, he would fucking maybe. If he all had wins, maybe one loss, probably he would have probably pulled it off. Last year, the arbitration, they could have made that fight happen so quick before the arbitration case took place, and then if whatever happens is say Tyson Fury had to fight Wilder, he could have still kept, and he would have still fought Wilder and then fought AJ afterwards again. Because AJ was gonna get beat no matter what. So they prolonged this shit, made it look like Tyson Fury ducked him, which was not the case. You know what I mean? And they really didn't want to fight Usyk, and at the same time, they were really stuck in the middle when they didn't know what to do. And they finally fought Usyk, and they got beat up the first fight, and then the second fight took them 11 months to fucking rematch him. And he was going around trying to find coaches and shit. How ridiculous can you be to believe? And then he tried to sabotage the fight with him and with Tyson Fury and Dillian White, trying to give him step aside money this year. Step aside money where take step aside money where then he changed that was 15 million or whatever it was. He made it 20 million. Tyson was like, "Fuck you! I ain't gonna give you 20 million." So that fight with Usyk never took place because he never wanted to fight. I mean, ask yourself, why would there be step aside money, bro? Unless AJ is a coward and he doesn't want to fight Usyk. That's the only reason why. And the same shit with Tyson Fury. He doesn't want to fight Tyson Fury. He said, "Yes, bring it." Recently, he doesn't want to fight it, even with the 2 losses or. Dude, even if let's say he had beaten Usyk, right? It would have been very difficult making a fight with, first of all. Maybe if he had beaten Usyk, maybe he would have felt. I gotta take it back. Maybe when we beat Usyk, he probably would have, But the thing is, though, he had yet to be beaten, and he still did the same shit last year. So it makes me believe with Eddie Hearn's, methods. Let's just say that much. Which leads me to believe this guy will never fight Tyson Fury, because the moment Tyson Fury beats him, it would be the end of him. I think he will just retire. He won't even fight anymore. He will just retire. He will be mentally so broken that you might see him as Dennis Rodman one day, dressing up like a bride or whatever. Because we know he's what kind of person he is in the first place. That's why. That's the main reason why. Because he will be broken even if he was undefeated. Reiterate this. He was undefeated. I think he still probably wouldn't have taken. Yes, he lost to Andy Ruiz. That was just a one loss. That's all it was. And he revenged it. But he could have made the fight happen real quick with Eddie Hearn. All that shit could have been done real quick, real fast. Just like right now, it could have been done real. Because the hardest part of a fight is the percentage to be agreed upon by 2 fighters. Once that is done, the rest is easy. Even with the promoters. I mean, not with the promoters, with the networks. Because even if each network takes about 30%, let's say there's 3 networks, about BT Sports, Sky Sports, and ESPN. They take their 33% each. They're fine with it, man. They're just broadcasting the fucking fight, and they're making millions. They want the fight. They're gonna agree to each other within a couple of weeks. Not months, but a couple of weeks to make the fight happen. But the reason why the fight's not taking place, and it didn't take place last year, and it didn't take he tried to sabotage the beginning of this year and all that shit, is because AJ don't want it. Because there's other fights in the horizon for AJ where AJ's pride will never. Because once he loses to Tyson Fury, he ain't coming back, bro. Trust me. That's the end of AJ. Remember that. He ain't coming back. Whether he was undefeated or not, he's never going to come back. He is going to be mentally broken completely. There's fights like Joy Joyce out there for him. There's fights like Wilder out there for them, even though I don't believe that he'll ever go fight Wilder. But Joy Joyce, I think he will defeat. And I think there's a Joy Joyce fight out there. There's Dillian White fucking rematch, which, apparently, you know, is something spicy, which is really, I don't think it is. I think he still defeats Dillian Whyte. But Dillian Whyte, keep in mind, was injured when he fought. People keep forgetting that. He was injured when he fought AJ. He had a shoulder injury. And he went with it anyhow. And Chisora told him, you're an idiot for fucking doing that. But he did it anyway. And he got chump change for that shit. I think AJ has a little bit of fear factor fighting Dillian Whyte. That's why that rematch never took place early as well. But I think he can beat Dillian Whyte fairly. I won't say fairly easily, but it won't be it will be a mediocre difficulty fight for him. You know what I mean? That's not the thing. That's not the important. That's not what we're talking about here. You know what I mean? The thing is, this guy will never, and I repeat, will never fight Fury, and until he retires. And the same thing with Wilder. Not because I'm I'm not a Wilder fanboy. I'm being frank. He will never fight Wilder, and he will never fight Fury. He fought Usyk. Imagine if Usyk had power. He would never fight Usyk. Usyk, he knew that he had much power, and he thought in his, and he was still scared. Took months until the first fight happened, and then even more months until the second fight happened. Because he doesn't have power and he can't really hurt him that much. That's why he took the fight. If Usyk got power, shit, he ain't taking that. So he saved face for not getting knocked out by Usyk at the same time. You know what I mean? But Fury's knocking him out. Wilder's knocking him out, and he's gonna look bad. He's gonna look horrible. Ruiz still has his soul. Still possesses it, probably in like a Mexican jar or something like that. He has it. Then he probably opens it up and drinks it a little bit every day. You know what I mean? That's why he grows so fat. So, this is the entirety of the reason why I'm making this video. You guys can forget, and I mean forget the fact this guy would fight Fury. Forget it. Usyk will fight Fury. And don't be surprised if Wilder fights Usyk. And you're going to ask me why. Oh, then you guys will realize when Usyk fights, hopefully that fight takes place. You know, Usyk Wilder, well, Tyson Fury is dealing with some other chump, maybe Chisora or Manuel Char. You know what I mean? All those things that Tyson Fury is doing, about 500 million this and that, all this shit, that is all to promote the fight with Usyk, to make it look like he's scared of Usyk, for the Usyk fanboys. You know what I mean? To make it look like he's scared of Usyk, so there's more ass on seats. That's the whole point of that shit. That he's a showman. He's gonna do that kind of stuff. If you haven't realized by now. Because Usyk he ain't much of a challenge for him, bro. I'm telling you straight up, he's a challenge, but he's not much of a challenge. He gets knocked out. Similar to AJ. He gets knocked out. Not exactly like AJ, but he's gonna get knocked out. You know what I mean? They're different styles. I mean, if Usyk was so confident in himself, he would have fought him in December, right? Oh, I'm injured. You're not injured, bro. You're playing basketball, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? You're not injured. This charity basketball. The motherfucker ain't injured. He wants to get ready. He wants to be 100% sure that he can, he's fully ready to fight fucking Fury, because he's the one that is a challenger to Fury. It's the opposite. It's not, I'm going to say opposite. They're both champions, but one has 3 belts. But still, Usyk, in a way, is a challenger to Fury. He's trying to get ready for him. AJ, on the other hand, gives you the the persona that he's trying to get ready for Fury, but he has no intention of fighting him. Zero. Two different things. Usyk has intentions of fighting him. AJ does not. And the manual chart and shit, you guys can complain as much as you want. Tyson Fury takes easy tune-up fights every now and then fights the real deal. Unlike some people like Triple fucking G, who doesn't do that kind of shit. He avoids good fights, and unless he's forced to, where mandatory all that kind of shit, and they might take away his belt type shit. He's forced to, or else he destroys tomato cans. That's all he does. And he's a great fighter, bro, but that's who he is. He's a coward. He never gave Devinchenko a rematch, and he technically should have given Daniel Jacobs when Daniel Jacobs was okay. He should have given Daniel Jacobs a rematch too, even though he defeated Daniel Jacobs thoroughly. So maybe not Daniel Jacobs. I'm fucking going overboard here. But Devinchenko, 100%, because Devinchenko definitely beat him, in my eyes, by one or two rounds. I would say one round. Anyhow, yeah, so Tyson Fury is being ducked blatantly. Frank Warren's son, Bob Arum, Bob Arum's the same as fucking Eddie Hearn. You don't trust anything that comes out of that motherfucker's mouth. Frank Warren you can trust. I haven't really seen Frank Warren lie much. It's like very minimal, if anything, if he lies. But I'm not. Every man lies, as I said in my last video. No man is truthful. If you have any sense in your head, yeah. But to be a blatant liar like Eddie Hearn, shit, Eddie Hearn's worse than Bob Arum, honestly. It's ridiculously obvious. You can't be that stupid and believe nonsense. You know what I mean? From Eddie Hearn's mouth. Eddie Hearn does not want this fight. Neither is AJ first. First and foremost, AJ don't want this fight. And neither his fan base wants this fight. That's why his fight's not taking place. And it will never take place. AJ will be the guy that ducked, and Tyson Fury, ducked Fury, and Fury becomes undisputed. Who knows? Maybe he'll give him a title shot afterwards for money's sake. But if I were Fury, I will completely avoid this guy completely, because he is just a waste of time. He will constantly waste your time, prolong your career with gaps of inactivity, because that's what he's doing. He's intentionally doing that to either get Fury older or something and then challenge him, just like how he said, I'll fight Wilder in 2020. That's his own words, bro. He said he'll fight back in like 2018, 2017, I think. He said that 2018, I probably was. I'll fight Wilder in 2020, bro. Like, why not fight him now? You have 3 belts, he has 1 belt. Why? And then he said something else. I won't fight him unless he gives me $50 million or some shit like that. And then Wilder comes up with, I don't know whether he actually did send that contract or whatever. He didn't. We can't trust Eddie Hearn. That's the thing. If it was Frank Warren, it'd be like, yeah, he definitely did send the contract. We just didn't accept it, or whatever. This contract was off by this and that. But with Eddie Hearn, you can't trust. You just can't, man. You can't trust that guy, bro. I cannot sit there and tell you, fucking, he's legit, you know? So, yeah. There's other fights on the horizon for AJ, and that's actually the biggest reason why he's not taking this fight. You know, other big fights out there. This is the biggest fight, but there's other big fights out there that can equal, if not be greater, like Wilder AJ, or which will not happen. But anyways, I'm saying hopefully it does. You know what I mean? That one I'm not sure whether it will happen or not. You never know. Maybe if there's no other avenues, there's no other room, there's nothing, then he'll take the fight with Wilder. That's why I'm saying. And maybe that can happen. But definitely not Fury. And And there's also Joy Joyce out there as well, so he can take that. That's a definite win. Joy Joyce is a definite win. I feel like Joy Joyce is a guy that he definitely beats. You can give him so many right hands. He finally puts him out. But Wilder is similar to Fury. It might be much worse. It could be a lot worse. No, I won't say a lot worse. Tyson Fury is the worst for him. Worst matchup. Wilder, at least maybe, he'll be like, I know I'll lose, but if I can't fight Fury, might as well. And I've already fought Joe Joyce. I'm going to go for Wilder, and there's no one else. And I fought Dylan White again. I had a rematch with him. Might as well fight Wilder because there's no other fight that is going to give me money. You know what I mean? That's probably a scenario that I expect off of AJ. And that's like the last and most hated resort. The last fucking hated resort, bro, that he's going to do. You know what I mean? That's who AJ is. AJ will not fight Fury. Forget about it, guys. It will never happen. I said it here, and I'm sticking with it. This fight will never take place. These guys will retire. AJ will be seen as the ducker of Fury, and Fury will be the undisputed and the best of this era. End the story. The best of this era. Followed by Usyk, and I would say Wilder, but Wilder hasn't done much, so I'm not going to say Wilder, but I would say Usyk. I'll go with Usyk. Secondary Usyk. First Fury, secondary Usyk. That's what's going to happen. This is the Gypsy. It's a 30-minute vid. I'm going to sleep now. Not playing. I'm out.